007, GoldenEye. Wait a minute, we've been down this road before, haven't we? 95, and that is GoldenEye. It's like deja vu all over again. I know what you're thinking. You already reviewed the movie. Why are you reviewing it again? I'm actually reviewing the game, GoldenEye 64, in this really pristine case. That's really awesome. I'll show you where to get these cases after. 007 GoldenEye 64 was only released for Nintendo 64, came out in 1997. This follows the plot of the movie pretty well. There's some differences in the plot of the game and some extra levels that weren't scenes in the movie, so I'll get into more of that later. You are Bond, James Bond. You are assigned to covert operations connected with the GoldenEye weapons satellite. M will brief you on your mission and objectives from London. Q Branch will support your efforts with a plentiful supply of weapons and gadgets. Moneypenny offers you a light-hearted best wishes and you're off. Your mission begins in the heavily guarded chemical warfare facility at the Bylamore Dam in the USSR. Look and shoot in any direction as you navigate 12 interactive 3D environments. Use stealth and force as you see fit in matters of international security. Flat out saying it right now, best first-person shooter of all time. GoldenEye was revolutionary. There were so many, the developers were so worried that this game was going to fail. They even had a failed test screening, I think it was at E3 in '96, where everything just went wrong for them. So nobody expected this to be a commercial success. And GoldenEye was, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was the 4th highest selling game on the Nintendo 64. I know that there's a bunch of Mario games before it, maybe even Ocarina of Time from Legend of Zelda was a higher selling game. This game became such a critical and commercial success, and it revolutionized the first-person shooter genre. This game is so much fun to play. I still play it from time to time, albeit with cheat codes. It's so fun trying to run through those levels and complete your objectives. The best part about running through these levels is that you can complete your objectives in any order. The levels aren't very linear. Of course, there's a beginning point and end point, but I mean, in terms of completing these levels, you can do your objectives in the order you see fit, and you can just explore at your own free will if you want, while also taking out as many military personnel as you can. I love some of the reactions in this game too. Like, you shoot them in the elbow, they're just like, oh god, shit, I just got hit in the elbow. They don't talk in the game. The N64, I don't think, had the capability at that time, not until Perfect Dark came out in 2000, which is a spiritual successor to this game, which I might talk about. You can also shoot them in the ass or something, and they'll grab their ass and be like, ow, like what just hit me? I just got... And then you can mow them down like you're Batman from Batman vs. Superman. I can't believe I just made that analogy. Ugh. The game is really unique as to how it weaves its story in too. You get mission debriefings that give you background as to what the level you're about to embark on is actually about, and it offers story beats, plot points from the movie that they really can't incorporate into the game. But then there's a couple of differences. Not cutscenes necessarily, but interactions with some characters that add more to the plot of the game. Like in Statue, when you have to meet Trevelyan at the statue, you get this whole text blurb that explains who he is. Or in the second bunker level, you meet Natalia, where in the movie, Bond met Natalia when they were both strapped to the inside of the helicopter that was about to blow up. It's differences like that that honestly enhance this game for me and work in this game. Because of the capabilities and the limitations of the Nintendo 64, they couldn't do all that stuff that they could in the movie, so they had to rearrange some things, change some plot points here and there, and it works out for the best. And I'll tell you what, before online gaming was ever a thing, this was multiplayer. This is how I still think of multiplayer. Multiplayer was so frustrating for me as a youngling because I was just throwing temper tantrums. Everybody ganged up on me. Everybody got the golden gun and one shot killed me. This was literally me back in the day. That was 4-year-old Alex, frustrated with GoldenEye 64. But I exacted my revenge on my brother years later, where I shut him out 15-0 in Halo. He still denies it. I mentioned that in my review for the GoldenEye movie. It happened. I have proof. He denies it. I wish I had a screenshot, but I do have proof. It's somewhere. Okay, maybe I don't have proof. He also doesn't play video games anymore. But this was the definition of multiplayer back in the day. I have my home base for multiplayer. I have my home level. It's the library. The levels were so expansive. You had a wide variety of weapons in this game. They had to rename a lot of the weapons, like the PPK is now the PP7. An AK-47 is the KF-7 Soviet, which kind of makes sense. All the military personnel in the movie are Russian, and they all just have AK-47, so why not just rename it to a Russian gun? If I have one complaint with the weapons in this game, the club. Never use the club in this game, ever. It is the worst gun possible. It's 20 bullets, you run out quick, its damage rate is not that great. The best gun in the game is the RCP-90. 80 bullets. I just use that on the train level every time. I wish they would give it to you on 00 Agent. I guess that would make it way too easy though. I just mow everybody down, man. And speaking of the train level, this is something I really like about this game, is that even on the easiest difficulty, it gets harder and harder as the game goes on. Never to the point of frustration. Well, I mean, for me, a little bit, because I honestly still have not beaten this game. I need that last level, that damn Egyptian level. Can't beat the train on 00 Agent. I've had this game for 23 years. Holy fuck. Jesus, I'm old. It's like when I played Super Mario 64 and it took me 12 years to get all 127 stars. I did it in 2007. I mean, granted, we could have done it before then, but because my brother kept beating me with the golden gun in this game to also exact my revenge. I also went into Super Mario 64 and deleted his save file that had about 90 stars. I'm proud of myself. Yeah, so I'm still trying to get the Egyptian level. It is hard. I got the Aztec. I'm just trying to get that last level. Dude, Train is a huge bitch on 00 Agent. Not looking forward to playing Jungle on 00 Agent, or Control, or Caverns. I mean, I don't know how hard Caverns is. I always thought Caverns was an easy level, as long as you go right to the elevator at the end, instead of just hanging out where the military comes with shotguns and they can easily kill you, yeah. So this game also adds in a few levels that aren't in the original movie. Like, there's a level at the train depot, which is really interesting. The depot is shown briefly in the movie. It's when after Bond gets off the tank and he sees that Natalia is being taken by Trevelyan onto the train. Yeah, they're at a train depot, but they expand it in this game. They also change up some things with like the archives level where you're being interrogated, not by Mishkin, you're just random Russian guard goons. You have to escape and find Natalia. Streets is a little different, where Valentin Zukovsky, my leg aches every single day, is in that level, and he buys you some time. Interesting enough. The surface levels, not in the movie, per se. The first half of Dam, or I should say the first 3/4 of the Dam level, are not in the movie. Silo is not in the movie. Caverns is not in the movie. Aztec and Egyptian are obviously not in the movie. Those are just bonus levels that based on previous Bond films. But like, it adds more to the story, you know? It adds more fun to the game. Just seeing levels that it's like, oh, well, what would this look like in live action? Or it's like, oh, hey, like, how would this be incorporated plot-wise into the movie of GoldenEye? It's really interesting stuff. Your health bar is not a regenerating health bar, which I really like. You have to pick up body armor along the way. This game just revolutionized first-person shooters forever. Perfect Dark is considered a successor, and it really stepped it up in terms of voice acting, animations, sound effects. I mean, the reloading sound effects in this, Bond just puts his gun down and reloads, and That's it. But I mean, Perfect Dark, you actually see Joanna Dark like reloading her gun. It's so much groundwork that they set up with this game for future games to have. That just sometimes seems like any time a first-person shooter comes along, it just seems like it's trying to be a carbon copy of GoldenEye. Call of Duty would not exist if it were not for this game. Halo probably would not exist if it weren't for this game. GoldenEye was a revolutionary game. It left an impact on the gaming industry. It has left a long-lasting legacy. People still play this game to this day. People probably still throw temper tantrums with their N64 controllers. I know I sure do. I did back in the day. I still do it. To me, this is the definition of multiplayer gaming. It's something I miss sorely from games nowadays that I think games should eventually bring back. And honestly, the graphics for this game for the time aren't that bad. And even now, it's like, yeah, it actually doesn't look that bad. I mean, the KF-7 Soviet looks like a pencil, but I used to call it the pencil gun, so there's that. It probably won't look like that in other games, but I mean, that's just a design flaw. The AK-47 don't make it look like a pencil. It is so much fun to play still to this day. It is a perfect game. This is my favorite first-person shooter, and I think this is the best first-person shooter of all time. I am going to give 007 GoldenEye 64 a 10 out of 10. It's perfect. The way this game incorporates plot points from the movies and those extra levels, it's revolutionary, guys. I don't think anybody really understands just the impact that this game had on the gaming industry, similar to the impact that Blade and the first X-Men movie had on the comic book genre for movies. Everybody credits Spider-Man from 2002 with starting the comic book craze. Like, Blade came out in 98 and X-Men came out in 2000. Like, those movies don't get enough credit. I don't think GoldenEye 64 gets enough credit either. So I'm continuing my lead up to No Time to Die in hopefully April. At this point, who the hell knows, though? There's already rumors they're going to push it to November of 2021 or even 2022 to celebrate the franchise's 60th anniversary. At this point, I've given up. They delay it again, I'm going to need therapy. Whatever you guys thought of GoldenEye 64, drop me some feedback in the comment section below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.